All right, so number 9. Again, we're just getting more practice going through our steps. Go through the steps, go through the steps. The notes? Yes. There you go. All right, so step 1, factor your denominators. Do either of those denominators factor? I could take a 3x from here. We're left with x plus 1. Michaela, you with me? All right, so I factored my denominators first. Step 2, let's find that LCD. This what LCD gets a little tricky. Because you have some parts that I can piece out, like that 9x squared and that 3x, but then I also have a group of an x plus 1. Okay, so let's kind of go piece by piece here. So I have 9 and 3 can both go into 9. So I'm going to need a 9. I have an x squared and I have an x. I cannot make them smaller, so I have to go x squared. So that took care of that. I took care of those. And I need an x plus 1. Okay, so this one's kind of that combo where I have some stuff that's a monomial, then I got the grouping also. I kind of have both parts going on. All right, step 3, multiply by their missing piece. So first fraction, what's it missing? Good. So on top, we'll have to multiply by x plus 1. So 7x plus 7. All right, second fraction. Be careful here. What's this one missing? 3x. It's got the x plus 1. It's got 1x. I need one more. And I can multiply 3 by 3. So I need to multiply this by 3x. Good. 3x squared. All right. Step 4. Add your numerators. So no like terms, but let's put them in standard form. So 3x squared plus 7x plus 7 over 9x squared x plus 1. Step 5, restrictions. 0 and negative 1. Factor numerator. Ramon shake his head no back there. What do you guys think? It actually doesn't. You could play around with the numbers and try to guess and check. You're never going to get it. Yeah, you can get a 10 in here, or you could get like a, yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty. Yeah, you can get a 10 or you could get a 22, depending on how you put that. Because you can multiply 7 times 3 and that'll be 1 times 1. Yeah, so that's not going to factor. Anything cancel? No. This stuff's all held with plus minus or pluses, so I can't touch that. That's as far as that one goes. So that one was really just the trickiest, just trying to figure out what that LCD was. Okay, how about number 10? The x's. What am I going to do with those? I'm going to factor. How do I factor that? No. Nope. I take out an x. I'm left with x minus 1. Right, Michaela? All right, so factoring, please look for GCS first when you factor. All right, so step 2, find your LCD. Set up my blank fractions. And then let's go shopping. We want one of everything. So I need an x minus 1. I need an x. Do I need another x minus 1, or am I good? I'm good, because each one only has 1. The only time you need more than that is if one fraction like had 2, then you would need 2. But I'm good there. All right, step 3, multiply by what it's missing. What is this one missing? X. Good. X squared plus X. What's the second one missing? Nothing. It's going to stay at -2. Step 4, let's add our numerators. So the bottom will stay the same. No like terms on the top. Well, we'll just rewrite it in standard form. But I have everything down into one fraction now. Step 5, restrictions. X cannot equal, good. Step 6, can I factor the numerator? Yes, that one will factor. Wait, say that again? There you go. That's all right. Good. X plus 2 and X minus 1. Good. Your X minus 1s will cancel. So we're left with an X plus 2 on top, X on the bottom. Can I cancel the X's? No. Good. That one's held with addition. I cannot touch that. How are we doing? A little better today than yesterday? Sometimes just the more you see, like it just, you know, you start to kind of like, oh yeah, I'm starting to get it. Number 11. Notice something right away? What do you notice? Good. You did factor that correctly. What'd you say? I would change that to a plus sign too. Notice you got a minus in between? Change that to a plus, and then it changes your signs after there. Let's make sure we don't miss that, because if you don't change those signs, all your signs are going to be wrong in the next step. Okay? But Ramon, you're absolutely right. You factored that correctly. That would be X minus 2 and X minus 1. Step 2, your LCD. What do you think? Just X minus 1? What's your common denominator? I need both parts for my common denominator. Yeah, so I need X minus 2 and I need an X minus 1. Were you moving on to step 3? Is that what you were doing? Yeah, let's make sure you write down the common thing first, then we can go back to step 3 and multiply by what it's missing. So, Stephanie, what's the first one missing? Good. So this is missing an X minus 1. How do I have to multiply that? What'd you just say? You guys are awfully potty mouth this morning. All right, so we have to multiply this together. So we'll get X squared minus X plus 3X minus 3. Got to FOIL. Hate that word. Distribute. It's because if I say it, you guys are like, oh yeah, like it registers something in your brain from younger grades. What's the second fraction missing? Nothing. So negative 6x plus 7. All right, that was step 3. So step 4, add your numerators. So all of this will go over our now common denominator. So on the top we have x squared. Negative x plus 3x, 2x, minus 6x, negative 4x, and then negative 3 plus 7 is 4. All right, step 5, restrictions. Good, 2 and 1. Good, we can factor the top. X minus 2, X minus 2. Good. And everybody's favorite step, I can actually cancel in this one. X minus 2's will cancel. Good. You guys are lively this morning. I don't have to make you do push-ups today. On number 12, What do you want to do first? I would change that signs first. And then why don't you guys try to finish it? All right, so step 1, factor your denominators. So we should have taken an x out of here, left with x minus 2. Take a 2 out of this one, x minus 2. Common denominator, what'd you come up with? Very good, 2x and x minus 2. Okay, so what's this first one missing? Just a 2. So we'll have 2x plus 4. What's the second one missing? Just an x. So we'll have negative x squared minus 2x. All right, so that's multiplying by what was missing. They weren't missing much, which is nice. All right, your next step is to add your numerators. So we're going to have that common denominator. On the top, we have a negative x squared. 2x minus 2x gone, and I have a plus 4. Okay, next step is your restrictions. X cannot equal, good, 0 and 2. Can you factor the numerator? Yeah, first one's negative. Take it out. Pull out a negative 1. If I take out a negative 1, I'm left with x squared minus 4. So that factor. That's the difference of squares. Good. X plus 2, x minus 2. X minus 2's cancel. So we're left with negative 1 times x plus 2 over 2x. How many of you recognized to pull out a negative and then it was a difference of squares? Okay. The outer skirts did. That's kind of weird. Yeah, everyone. Okay. What'd you do? Uh-huh. You had 2 x minus 2s? Okay, I'll look at it later. Okay. All right. How about number 13? What do you want to do first? Step 1, what do you want to do first? Factor your denominators. Great. Peyton, how would you factor this first denominator? Good. Take a 2 out of that one. So x minus 1. Sean, how would you factor that second denominator? Yeah, how would you factor that? Good. I got nervous. You kind of looked at me like, factor? What? He nailed it, though. All right, it's my LCD. Michaela, what would the LCD be? Good. I need a 2, I need an x minus 1, and I need an x minus 3. All right, you just kind of go through piece by piece, pull everything down, and you're good. Make sure it's all accounted for. Step 3, multiply by its missing pieces. Kelsey, what's the first fraction missing? Kelsey? Good. This one's missing the x minus 3. So we'll have to distribute that up top. So when we distribute, we'll get x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 6. You guys with me on that step? You all right? Okay. All right. So Ramon, what is the second fraction missing? The 2. Yeah, it's missing that 2 out there. All right, so we have to multiply all that by 2. 4x plus 2. Hold on. Let everybody else have a chance, okay? All right, so from there, step 4, we'll add our numerators. We have a common denominator finally. So we have our 2x minus 1 and x minus 3. Now we can take our tops and put those all together. All right, so here we go. So we have an x squared. Negative 3x plus 2x is negative 1x plus 4x is 3x. Good. Then you have negative 6 plus 2, negative 4. All right, from there, your restrictions are next. Vanessa, what's your restrictions? Good. All right, step 6, factor the numerator. Caleb, is that factor? Ramon, let him do it. You can do it step by step if you want. Signs? Good. Sometimes you just need it piece by piece there. It's all right. All right, on the bottom, we still have 2, x minus 1, and x minus 3. Good. The x minus 1s will cancel. So we're left with an x plus 4 on top, a 2, and an x minus 3 on the bottom. Step by step, you guys. Read the purple sheet. Don't try to do it all from memory unless you were like really awesome with fractions, okay? $14 on your own, and if we're good, then I'll give you the rest of the time to work on homework. How's that sound? All right, so 14. What's the first thing you did? Ramon. The first thing you did. Thank you. That's what I wanted. Yep, change that to a plus, change that to a minus. Oh no, she skipped that. Makes me nervous. Madison, how do you factor the first fraction? Yep. X plus 2, x plus 2. Allie, how do you factor the second denominator? All right, Katie, what was your common denominator? Good. That's probably the biggest common denominator we've had so far, right? But this fraction has 2 of them. I can't make it any smaller, so I'm going to have 2. And so then I also need the x minus 2. Sorry, I got a little lazy on that second one. All right, so I'm looking at what it's missing. So, Hannah, what is this first fraction missing? Good. It's just missing the x minus 2. So I need to distribute that top. So we're going to get x squared minus 2x plus x minus 2. All right. Mariah, what is the second fraction missing? Yeah, it's missing another x plus 2. So we'll get negative 6x minus 12. All right, next step is to add your numerators. So I have a common denominator. On the top, we're going to have x squared. Negative 2x plus x is negative 1x minus 6x, negative 7x. And then negative 2 minus 12 minus 14. Step 5, your restrictions. X cannot equal, Peyton? Plus, minus 2. Pretty easy. All right, and then step 6, factor numerator. I see a lot of heads shaking. It does not factor, you're right. Your only options here are 2 and 7, or 1 and 14. It's not going to work. Therefore, nothing's going to cancel, and I am done. How did we do? Yay, got it right? 2 of you? Hands? Who got it right? Oh, okay, all right. I got real nervous there. I saw like one hand. I'm like, all right, we messed up majorly. Okay.